There. Here's the Dodgers starting lineup presented by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. It's Ohtani, Pages, and Freeman the first three. Mookie Betts cleaning up at short. Muncy at third. Tucker in right. Ward in left. Rushing, catching, and Freeland at second.
And today, Danny Lehman taking over for Dave Roberts, who will be attending his daughter's graduation from Stanford. Congratulations to the Roberts family. And Danny gets an opportunity again, right, to manage a ball game. Yeah,
we were joking with him, Danny. We just see, are you going to bunt Shohei leading off? Nothing but bunts and stolen bases.
Giving him the green light. We're going to out-strategy them.
Opening the game for Chicago, it's the left-hander Brian Hudson, who followed Anthony Kay on Friday, pitched a clean inning through just 7 pitches and 6 of those strikes. This will be his 34th appearance. His ERA 2.25.
Yeah, but you see the big number on there, right? Home runs allowed. Goose eggs.
Yep.
0.
He has walked 14. And yesterday, Shohei walked 3 times. Ohtani has gone deep in 3 consecutive games. The first pitch on Sunday is ball 1 from Hudson. And not just this road trip, but really the last month. Hitting .410 the last 26 games with a plate appearance. The catcher's interference. That's what Shohei is saying, and he's right.
Drew Romo getting that glove out a little too far, and again, when Shohei's going the other way or a pitch on the outside, it's usually a bit of a longer, sweepier swing.
So E2 on Romo, now Andy Pages. Pages had a hit and a walk yesterday. Bouncing ball to short. Montgomery retrieves to Meidroth, and now the turn, a double play. The Dodgers have grounded in the most double plays of any team in baseball this year. And they add to that total here in the first. Freddie Freeman looking for his first hit of the series.
Are you talking about Freddie looking for his first hit? Just hasn't been able to get on track here in Chicago. Granted, only 2 games, but hasn't had the Freddie Freeman-esque at-bats that we're accustomed to.
In the air to right field. The first hit of the series for Freeman is a home run. Freeman's 11th of the year, his 7th in the last 24 games.
Can hold him down for a game or 2, but you're not holding him down for a series. That's lefty on lefty. He just leaves that pitch inner half of the plate.
Now Mookie Betts. First pitch, straightaway center field. Peters back on the warning track, spins around and makes the catch with a couple of feet to spare. But a 2-out solo home run for Freddie Freeman gives the Dodgers and Emmett Sheehan the first lead.
Puts it down. That's how you close. When it matters most, call Jacoby & Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Starting lineup for the White Sox, put out by Will Venable. Same lineup as the series opener. Antonacci in left, Vargas at third, Benintendi the DH, Montgomery in short, Braden Montgomery in right, Meidroth at second, Gonzalez playing first base, Tristan Peters, who broke up the no-hitter with a home run in the 9th yesterday, he's in center field, and Drew Romo behind the plate. First pitch of the afternoon from Emmett Sheehan is a strike at the bottom of the zone. Start number 13 for Sheehan. Had a little hiccup last Sunday against the Angels, the second shortest start of his career.
Take a look at what Emmett Sheehan is offering. That four-seamer slider about 75% of the time. One thing to notice, though, all of those pitches relatively the same eye level. Like to see him work a little up and down just a bit more frequently.
Loses a changeup away. 2-1 to Antonacci. An inning and a third last Sunday at home. 14 pitch scoreless first, and then in the second inning 35 pitches, just 1 out recorded. He wanted to stay in there, but Dave Roberts said the Dodgers just wanted to protect him a little bit.
You just mentioned a 14 pitch first inning. He had a 14 pitch at bat with Nick Madrigal in that second inning. It's been one of the things that Emmett is this year. When he gets to 2 strikes, he hasn't been able to put guys away, and that's been a little bit of a difference from last year.
Behind Antonacci, 3 balls and a strike. Popped in the air. Antonacci furious as Pages camps out for the pop-up. Well, earlier this morning, the skies opened up here in Chicago. Storm system blew through, but that was not going to prevent Emmett Sheehan from getting on the mound early. 9:50 Central Time in the morning. Visualizing his outing, what he hopes is a victory to snap a 2-game skid for himself personally and help the Dodgers win this series against Chicago. Big swing and strike 1 on Miguel Vargas. He's 0 for 4 yesterday. That ended a 9-game hitting streak. He's 3 for 8 in the series, but EK, it seems like even all of his outs have been loud.
You mentioned he hit some balls hard yesterday, and even that first day, the initial at-bat lined out to left field. The young man is really coming into his own, swinging the bat well, playing some good defense. Should be the starting third baseman for the American League. Kid over in Texas also having a nice year, Chase Young. But you're seeing, you have an opportunity to see 2 of the top third basemen. Max Muncy, Miguel Vargas.
Ball and 2 strikes. Sheehan trying to put him away.
And let me correct myself. Josh Young. Jace is his brother with the Detroit Tigers. Max should be your starter for the National League. Goes defensively and offensively, has really set the tone this year for National League third baseman.
Another 1-2 from Sheehan. Breaks low with the curve. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The high fastball from Sheehan.
Like to see that pitch. It's that elevated fastball, and we saw in the StatCast presentation before the game, Emmett throws a lot of, at least this year, a lot of his pitches are kind of, you know, in the same area as far as height. That one right there, he goes outside of the zone up high, but changes Vargas's eye level.
One strikeout down. Dodgers need 7 to get you a free jumbo jack tomorrow in Los Angeles. We had heard that it might not be just Brian Hudson in front of Eric Fetty today. Sean Newcomb, another left-hander, warming up in the pen. The 0-1 popped up, shallow left off the bat of Benintendi. Betts' ball. It's a 1-2-3 first inning for Sheehan, preserving the early 1-0 lead.
Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily or visit MLB.com/vote.
Looking back to yesterday, another big day for Max Muncy. 2 home runs on the road trip. 7 for 15 with 4 extra base hits, 6 driven in. He's walked 5 times as well. He leads off the second inning against a new lefty for Chicago. It's Sean Newcomb.
See almost a strikeout per inning. This left-hander been around for a while. He came up with the Braves. He was a pretty heralded prospect. Used to throw the heck out of the ball. Just never been able to find his footing.
Catches the outside corner. 2-1 against Muncy. He's been terrific against left-handed pitching this year. End of last year, spring training this year. It's been much better left on left. Freddie Freeman went deep left on left in the first inning for a homer. Once he takes a rip to 3-1. Now the count's full. We'll do it again.
Max last year against left-handed pitching had a 157 average, only slugged .314. You compare that to this year, you saw those numbers. He's slugging .520 against lefties.
Chops it foul. Chris Woodward still full. And the batting average on the season for Muncy, EK, 272. His career high is 263.
And Nomar and James Loney, the pregame show, talking about that. And you know, Nomar brought up an interesting point about it's very difficult for you to be a power guy and then try to hit for average. You know, it's easier to be a guy that hits for a high average and then translate into maybe becoming a better power hitter. And it's just like, you know, if you can hit, you can learn power, but very rarely are you a power guy that learns how to hit. Max is kind of going that direction.
Tucker drops a bunt right back to Newcomb, who's going to go to second to get Muncy the lead runner.
Mike Tucker just trying to make something happen right now. You got the lefty on lefty, and he's probably thinking, okay, I can maybe sneak in a bunt. At the very least, it's a sacrifice. But again, right now, you know, for Kyle, he's just trying to manage at bats and just, you know, continue to battle until you start to feel good, start to feel well.
Strike 1 to Ryan Ward. Tucker trading places with Muncy, now 1 out in the second. Ward started yesterday, 2 plate appearances, 0 for 1 with a walk.
Now you're going back to Kyle Tucker. You're thinking it's a no-lose situation. You're going to bunt for a base hit or at least get the sacrifice. But just with the way the season's going, right, it continues. You don't get either. Get an 0 for 1.
Ward down on 3 pitches.
A little bit of managing on the White Sox side, huh? Bringing in the lefty to follow the lefty, especially with this bottom part of the lineup, the middle part of the lineup. Dodgers left-handed heavy.
Now Dalton rushing. Strike one, fouled away. Rushing was 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, walked and was hit by a pitch yesterday. Fastball upstairs. This is a big runway that Rushing has been given with Will Smith's injury. It's allowing Dalton all this work the last week plus to get into a rhythm at the plate, behind the plate. On a 1-2. Newcomb hooks in a slurve for strike 3. That's nasty. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Dodgers up 1-0 early thanks to a Freddie Freeman first inning homer. Now the home half of the second. Swinging strike one for the shortstop Colson Montgomery. Bobblehead day yesterday. He's 0 for 7 in this series.
You go back to yesterday in Yamamoto's quest for a perfect game. I think this young man had 2 at-bats that you were sitting on the edge of your seat. He had a 3-1 pitch that he popped up a mile high to Freddie Freeman, and then he hit an absolute missile, 110 off the bat later on to Freddie.
One and two. White Sox as a team are 1 for the last 39. Last 7 in a row retired Friday, and then nearly all 27 yesterday, but 1 for 29 they finished. Strike 3 puts him away with the slider.
So Emmett's had 2 strikeouts so far early on this afternoon. One of them bounces, right? That's this pitch right here. The previous strikeout, he retired Miguel Vargas on a fastball up out of the zone. So the elevation and the changing of eye levels early on successful for Emmett.
Now another Montgomery, Braden Montgomery. Brought up how Dave Roberts is away with the team. He and his wife Trish are at the farm at Palo Alto, Stanford University, where Emmy is graduating. So Danny Lehman at the helm. Well, Braden Montgomery started his college career with Stanford and transferred to Texas A&M. One and one.
Going back to Danny Lehman and him, get an opportunity. A lot of talk this offseason about him going to Atlanta. A guy that, again, he's not just filling in. He will manage in the big leagues someday.
On the ground to first. Freeman is there. Sheehan running over, wins the foot race against Montgomery. 2 out.
There's Danny. Very highly respected throughout the industry. Like I said, that acting manager today, that acting and today is going to be replaced in the future for sure.
Yeah, there was a ton of rumblings about Atlanta specifically before the Braves anointed Walt Weiss. Swing and a miss, strike one. A fastball at 97 by Chase Meidroth. It was Meidroth's plate appearance that broke up the perfect game bid for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. With 2 outs in the 8th inning. He wears a changeup. And it was 5 up, 5 down today. And he breaks up Sheehan's perfect game bid.
Hey, I can tell you right now, there was a little bit of cat and mouse here in this at bat. You know, the minute Chase got in that batter's box, Emmett just stood up there and just waited for the clock to run down, trying to make Chase uncomfortable. So when that ball ran in, you saw Chase. He was like, all right, I'm going to take that. You know, you want to play that game. And that's just kind of his makeup. He's going to grind you.
Meidroth shuffling, staying. Strike one called against Jacob Gonzalez. Pitch just off the inside corner. Pride of Glendora High, Gonzalez. 0 for 7 with 3 punch outs in this series so far. Two outs, a runner on first, 1-0 Dodgers in the second. And keeping Meidroth close to Freddie Freeman.
Chase doesn't run a lot, only 2 stolen bases. But again, he'll pick his spots.
Gonzalez, one of 12 different White Sox to make their major league debuts already this year.
Certainly a lot of opportunity in this White Sox organization, but it's not just opportunity. These guys have earned it as well, as far as they've played their way up to this level.
Tipped into the glove, strike 3. Bookending K's for Sheehan. He's up to 3 punch outs through 2 scoreless.
Yesterday, late in the game, Miguel Rojas, it was clear during this at-bat that he had tweaked something. He was able to get on base, but ultimately came out for a pinch runner after being checked on by the training staff. And he shared this afternoon that he's been playing through a shin issue the last few days, and it was something that he just felt that in that moment, with while Yoshinobu was trying to compete for the perfect game, he did not want to be in a position in which defensively he could not make the move to impact that perfect game, and ultimately decided to come out, which was why Santiago Espinal came in to pinch run for Miguel Rojas, guys. But he does feel like he's available today if need be.
All right, thank you for that update, Kirsten. Yeah, Rojas was in good spirits for today's game. Ohtani up for the second time, taking strike 1 from Sean Newcomb, who's getting a second inning. And after what you saw in his first inning of work, why not?
And not a lot of comfortable swings so far against Newcomb. Max Muncy drawn an 8-pitch walk, but since then looked pretty good.
Ohtani slices one. Foul on the left field side, strike 2. Leading off the game, Ohtani reached on catcher's interference. On an 0-2 from Newcomb.
1
Shohei's faced Newcomb once before, drew a walk. Swing and a miss. Slurve up and in.
This pitch just a little high out of the zone, and Shohei just trying to fight it off.
Another whiff. Andy Pages grounded into a double play in the first inning. Double play number 64 in the year for the team. The Dodgers have 6 more than the next closest team in baseball.
Just getting a lot of guys on base. Man, Newcomb, outside of the Max Muncy at bat, he's gone 6 straight hitters where he's gotten ahead on the first pitch. And there you go.
That's a 1-2-3 third for Newcomb. Eric Fetty's warming up. You wonder if Newcomb gets to stay, though. Sheehan already with 3 strikeouts. The Dodgers need 4 more. Then tomorrow you can go to Jack in the Box in Los Angeles, buy a large drink, and get a free Jumbo Jack. Leading off the bottom of the third for the White Sox is the center fielder Tristan Peters. Pulls the first pitch of the inning, foul down the right field line. That's what fans were hoping for in the 9th inning yesterday. Go foul. No, that was cranked fair. A solo home run. The first hit allowed by Yamamoto all game. Tristan Peters has been a revelation this year for Chicago. Was acquired from Tampa this past winter for cash considerations. He's hitting .299 in 66 games. Yes, he did. That's another K for Sheehan. So after Yamamoto's outing, we saw the displays of compassion, being a great teammate. Right after Mookie's there, Yamo was there to give him a pat on the backside, and then exited with grace after allowing the home run to Peters. When he got back into the dugout, joked about himself. I did it again. Referencing, of course, what happened in Baltimore last fall.
Shohei there to remind him that, yes, you did do it again.
So I asked about that. I was like, what had you cracking up? And apparently Shohei said, I'm going to throw a consolation party for you tonight. If you did a perfect game or a no-hitter, I was going to let you pay. But since it didn't happen, I'll take care of it. Just the 22nd pitcher ever to have 2 no-hitters broken up in the 9th inning or later. The first Dodger. Again, EK, we talked about it post-game yesterday. It seems like a question of when, not if.
Yeah, I mean,
Yamamoto.
You look at that number, only the 22nd time that's happened. That's more rare than throwing a perfect game. So there you go.
We're seeing some spin out of you right now. I like it. The glass is more than half full.
Again, what I'm marveled at so far, again, in this early part of the year, is that he's taken the ball every time. He's shown no signs of the last 2 postseasons, especially last year. Emmett excited. He's
that's out number 2. Emmett.
Dugout real quick.
See? Back out there. You got one more.
You know what was elite about that move, though, is he's like halfway off, and no other person out in the field even bit on it or even thought, hey, maybe there are 2 outs. Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yep.
That's so good. You don't think he's going to hear about that?
Nobody moved. Facing the top of the order once again, Sam Antonacci. That last pitch is the first ball of this third inning for Sheehan. EK so far, Sheehan with 5 strikeouts, 4 different pitches.
Yeah, the slider, fastball, curve, and changeup. And I think more than anything, too, is he's changing eye level. He's elevating. He's throwing the ball down. He's getting swings and misses on pitches that aren't even in the strike zone. Take a look at those numbers. Chase percentage 4th in the National League. Whiff percentage at almost 30%, 6th. No question about the stuff. I don't think there's any issue with that.
Three balls and a strike on Antonacci. Here's Sheehan. On a line to right at Tucker. 1-2-3 inning for Emmett Sheehan. So 1-0 Dodgers going to the 4th. It's a Performance Spotlight sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. Freddie Freeman going deep in the first inning off the lefty opener Brian Hudson. It's his 3rd home run against the lefty this year.
Freddie just wanted to fix that Brian Hudson column of no home runs allowed this year. Freddie just wanted to get that right. Put a 1 on there.
Now drills one to center, but playable for Peters. And that's going to be all for Newcomb. Will Venable left him in to face the lefty and Freeman. Make a change in front of Mookie Betts. 1 out, bases empty in the 4th. 1-0 Dodgers. Here comes Eric Fetty.
By Bank of America. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Here's some information on Eric Fetty, making his 14th appearance of the year. His ERA 4.69. He's been better to start the month of June. His last 10 innings, an ERA of 0.9, 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. First pitch out of the pen, ball 1 to Mookie Betts.
Loves a sweeper. You see that sweeper sinker. That's about 60% of the time you see sweeper most effective. The 4-seamer, it's a 0. Hasn't given up a hit on a 4-seamer.
Swinging tapper, played at 3rd, and Fetty's got no throw. A swinging bunt base hit for Mookie Betts.
He's going to finish that. Eric Fetty, rare one that has not given up a hit on a 4-seamer in 2 years, and it continues because that pitch right there is a sweeper. And Mookie's had some good fortune at the plate the last couple of games. Take that base hit.
On with 1 out, Max Muncy batting. Now, Sean Newcomb being out of the game, probably a welcome sight for the Dodger lineup based on what we saw. An ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, thrown out there by Drew Romo.
Call confirmed.
And it's
Chicago
confirmed,
has 1 challenge
so
remaining.
Romo loses 1 of the 2 challenges. But for Newcomb, 2 1/3 innings on 26 pitches. But EK, you recall, 8 of those pitches were to Max Muncy, who worked a walk. So then he got 7 straight on 18 pitches.
See, you know, we just had a challenge, White Sox challenge. They were unsuccessful. They lose one, and I'm going to start hitting on this a lot more often. That's not a good time to challenge right there. It's not a leverage situation, and you lose it. And even if you win it, is that flipping the game, or it's not? And I'm going to continue to say it because it is going to rear its head in the postseason. And until organizations start really focusing on it and making it more of a priority, they're going to kick themselves come October.
Ball and 2 strikes. Fetty misses with a fastball in.
And I've been, you know, it's not just Dodger games. I do games and see teams all throughout the league, and it's pronounced. I mean, you see some egregious ABS challenges that make no sense. All right, that's my that's my venting right now for tune in Tuesday when I'm back on the mic, boys. I'm going to see if I can get this to be a sponsored segment.
EK Soapbox. On a 2-2. Once he lays off a changeup in the dirt. Gear grinding with Carroll. No, we need more alliteration. Complaining with Carrolls? But it's not a complaint because it's a legitimate. You're talking about a legitimate thing. Concerns. There it is. Thanks, Leaves. Muncy down on strikes. 2 gone in the 4th. Tucker 0 for 1, bunted into a fielder's choice. Strike 1 called.
Now Fetty just trying to dot that sweeper to the left-handers. Hope they give up on it. See that pitch out of the zone, but called a strike.
Betts taking off for second. Fouled away by Tucker. Strike 2.
See right now where they're trying to attack Tucker, just everything low and away. You know, Kyle, body kind of going towards right field and bat going towards left field.
You saw the body language after that swing from Tucker too. It's just,
well, if I'm looking at it, it doesn't look connected.
Betts running again, and Romo drops the ball in the transfer. So Mookie's stealing second to get into scoring position.
Mookie had made an attempt on the previous pitch, but Kyle had fouled it off.
That's Mookie's first stolen base of the year. On a 1-2. Sinker fouled away. Kyle Tucker does have 9 ribbies in his last 9 games. And 6 in 5 games so far on this road trip. Sweeper called, ball 2, and Romo's going to challenge.
Man, Romo might expend both of them in 1 inning right here. And again, I'm not sure that I'd do that here.
Oh, just clipped the corner. So Tucker down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks from Muncy and Tucker stranding Betts. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get fired up with a Hot Ones munchie meal. Bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Dodgers. Emmett Sheehan against Miguel Vargas. First pitch, fly to Andy Pajes. One pitch, one out for Sheehan.
How about that? 39 total pitches so far through 3 1/3, and go to his last outing, and just in that second inning alone, a total of 35 pitches.
And here we are, EK, approaching the heart of the White Sox lineup, and they got a big piece missing from it all series, and it's that man, Munetaka Murakami. He's the American League Rookie of the Month last month, but he injured his hamstring at the end of May. He's on the injured list, so he's been unavailable for this series. But this is the start in his first major league season. You know, a couple years ago, when he was having record-breaking power runs in NPB, everybody looked at him as the next, you know, 9-figure contract coming to Major League Baseball. But injuries and some concerns about his swing and miss, which that's still in his game. His market didn't develop the way some were forecasting a couple years ago, but gosh, what a start he has had, and he's totally changed the vibe and the feel of this lineup. Full count now on Benintendi.
Well, the offensive presence is one thing, the personality as well too. You mentioned really acclimated himself to this ball club, fit in nicely, and you know, look, at any time you're hitting home runs and swinging the bat like he's swinging it, people are going to embrace you.
Popped him up. Hot Mike Andrew. Mookie Betts at short. 2 out. It has not prevented him from being involved, the hamstring injury in this series. He's been joking from the top step of the White Sox dugout across toward the Dodgers with Shohei Ohtani. And then yesterday when Yoshinobu Yamamoto was on the mound, and the mound needed some work, Mune was laughing with Yama.
We get another shot of Murakami. He's big leaguing it all the way too. He's got the hitting jacket on. It doesn't look like there's any shirt on underneath. Zippered down a little bit. Sporting the gold change. We're locked in. This is 1970s baseball. Got the hair flowing.
Oh, that's what Shohei was marveling at, the feathered hair out of the
just
cap.
Locked in. Although I don't know that he would rival the Farrah Fawcett in the bathing suit poster.
Hey, what?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, just everything that they could have hoped for here in Chicago.
Swing and a miss from Colson Montgomery. 2-1. Line pass, Freeman. Montgomery finally has one by the first base side, and he's got a stand-up double with 2 outs in the fourth. EK brought it up yesterday, had some loud contact. Freddie Freeman robbed him. Couldn't this time.
Yeah, Freddie took one away yesterday. It was 110, so Montgomery's going to do a little bit better than that. He's going 111 off the bat. Freddie makes a valiant effort, but You just can't react that quickly.
So the tying run in scoring position for Chicago. '50th pitch of the game for Sheehan. It's a changeup that tails away. That defense yesterday.
Yeah, Freddie was moving yesterday and making some great plays and really doing a great job defensively, helping Yama take that pitching gem late into the game.
Ball and a strike on Braden Montgomery. Colson Montgomery on second. It's the fourth hardest hit ball he's had all year. Check swing, but no swing. Ball 2. Now a strike away. Time called. It's the most pitches we've seen from Sheehan in an inning so far today. Just 15. Struck him out. The 6th punch out for Sheehan strands the 2-out double. Still 1-0 Dodgers. Here's some of the fun we were talking about between the Dodgers and Munetaka Murakami on Friday. Tony said, look at those. So good. Not just fellow countrymen, but friends and World Baseball Classic teammates. Ryan Ward dumps one into the left field corner on the first pitch of the 5th. That's a leadoff double. Antonacci having some difficulty picking the ball up.
Fetty tries to run a sinker away from Ryan Ward. It's off the plate. Ryan does a nice job of just slaying that ball out into that left field corner.
Ball 1 to Dalton Rushing. For Ward, that is his 9th hit of the year, and 6 of them have gone for extra bases.
See, the White Sox playing the majority of the infield over on that right side. Shortstop Montgomery right behind second. You figure, though, that White Sox know that Rushing is trying to pull the ball. Figure Fetty's going to try and wear out that outside part of the plate.
On the ground to the right side. It'll be a productive first out for Rushing. Now that Fetty was able to retrieve that high toss from Gonzalez.
Good job by Rush, though, getting the runner over. Gonzalez makes a nice play, but the feed is not great. Too much of the loopy underhand throw. It should be more of a pushing the throw. so it doesn't have the arc. Almost gets over Fetty's head. Infield will be in here now for Freeland.
Strike one called against Freeland. Pitch above the zone. Sinker foul back. Ball and 2 strikes.
Drew Romo jumping behind the plate, acting like there was a pick on. Whether there was or wasn't, at least that puts that in Ryan Ward's mind. Wants to do that with the bases loaded. Casey's, I'm sorry, with the runner on third and infield in. I can't believe Wardo's going on contact though with Ohtani up next.
Sweeper low, 2-2. Freeland hitless in this series so far. Count full. The payoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Throw down to third. Ward safe.
Yeah.
Ohtani will get a quick look at Fetty, or the White Sox intentionally walk him. Shohei 1 for 6 in his career against Fetty with 3 walks, but that one hit was a leadoff home run here in Chicago 2 years ago. So that'll leave things up to Andy Pages. Dodgers on the corners, 2 outs in the 5th, 1-0 LA. One and one. On Friday, Pages was 0 for 4. And that ended a 5-game hit streak. Got back on the board yesterday with a base hit. He's 0 for 2 today, though. Double play and a strikeout. Fetty's 1-1 pitch. Hook slowing away.
White Sox realizing there's a new manager today and that the green light may be on for Shohei, right?
Here comes the 2-1, and it beats Pages. Runners in scoring position, 2 strikes. Areas Pages has thrived this year. Can he do it again? Bouncing ball to Montgomery, and that ends the inning. So leadoff double wasted, 2 stranded in the middle of the 5th. It's still 1-0 Dodgers. watching back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA, and it's brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Nearly home. The Dodgers leading the White Sox 1-0. The final game of this road trip. 6, 7, and 8 for the White Sox. Chase Mydroth, who has hit in his first plate appearance, nearly gets hit again.
Emmett Sheehan, so far this afternoon, these are the strikeouts. Notice where all of these pitches are. These are swing and misses. Out of the zone, but White Sox hitters cannot contain themselves. You know, it's one of the things so far that Emmett has done coming into this inning. Only 24 of the 54 pitches have been in the zone. But those 30 pitches that are out of the zone, he's had 11 chases.
Mydroth nearly chased, but held on to the check swing. 2-1. Sheehan gave up a 2-out double to Montgomery in the fourth. It was the first hit allowed today for Sheehan. Ball 3 to Mydroth. Perfect fastball in the outside corner, 3-2. So 7-run outburst in the 5th inning on Friday for the White Sox, but outside of that, the Dodgers staff has been stifling. Counts to a full.
And this is an offense that's been swinging the bat really well, especially without Murakami in the lineup. You'd think a bit of a fall off. And
now they've gone on a run. Strike 3.
Perfectly located pitch right there. Chase unable to hold up.
So get your Jumbo Jacks tomorrow in Los Angeles. Buy a large drink, get a free burger, and thanks Emmett Sheehan. Fastball by him, 2-2. Yeah, after that last outing, Sheehan was pulled after an inning in the 3rd. We called it a hiccup at the start of today's broadcast because that's exactly what it was, and he's backed it up. Another full count, 2 in a row here in the 5th. Fastball down and in, and that's Sheehan's first walk. Dodgers in this series against Chicago, game 3 of 12 in a row against the American League. The White Sox playing a stretch of 11 straight against winning teams. They had the Phillies and the Braves before the Dodgers came to town, and next up they'll go to New York to face the Yankees. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. 1-0 Dodgers. Heads up.
Yeah, when you're looking at this schedule for the White Sox, June is not kind. And then again, you're doing it without a 20 home run hitter in Murakami. Will Venable, the manager, doing a nice job here.
Peters pops it up. Shallow right. Freeland going back. Tucker coming in. And it's his ball. 2 away. Last of the order, catcher Drew Romo. Fountain Valley born Romo waiting on the first pitch from Sheehan. And he takes a strike. Before Hunter Goodman burst on the scene for the Rockies, Drew Romo seemed to be a part of that catcher of the future conversation in Colorado.
Yeah, high draft pick. You know, Goodman was really not on the radar as far as catching, and they kind of put him behind the plate last year and got off to a real strong start. He had caught sporadically prior. And how the heck are we talking about Rockies baseball right now? Anyhow, Drew Romo is up at the plate.
Let's figure to ask an expert, you know. On the 0-2, Sheehan gets him with a changeup. 4 strikeouts on the changeup, 8 in total for Sheehan. And Freddie Freeman is due up when we come back.
Join the Dodgers on June 16th for Taco Tuesday, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions. I'm gonna need a bottle of Tito's right now. Said bottle.
Ball one to Freddie Freeman. You want to tell the people why?
No,
you can't.
No.
Does it have anything to do with the ABS challenges?
I mean, just for those that were following earlier about my ABS rant and how it's super important, it's going to play a role in the postseason. And you know, it's not just, look, I do Dodger game, but other games as well. But I was just made aware that somebody challenged as a leadoff hitter the second pitch of the game and lost.
Oh no!
Like on what planet is that good leverage? Anyhow.
Back to Freddie.
Back to Freddie.
3 balls, no strikes. Now 1 strike. Only 1 run in this game for either side. Freddie Freeman is responsible for it.
And you mentioned it, Nelly, his first hit of this series. And that was also against Brian Hudson, who had not allowed a home run yet this year.
Oh, heads up. That's a rude gift to give active manager Danny Lehman.
I mean, that's almost physically impossible to do as a left-handed hitter.
The count now full and the 3-2 coming. Foul at first.
Wow.
Through the 5-hole.
No, that didn't. I think that just missed the right shin.
Ball 4 and a leadoff walk. The Dodgers have had base runners in all but 1 inning so far, but EK, they're 0 for 9 with men on base. Ohtani was intentionally walked. Mookie singled his last time up. Coming off a 3-hit game yesterday, scored 3 times. But Betts has yet to produce back-to-back multi-hit games this year. Trying to change that before today is done. Betty's 1-1. Splits the plate at the knees. Strike 2. Betts also was charged with an error in the 8th inning. Spoiled the perfect game bid for Yamamoto. Mookie was asked about that after the game and took responsibility for it. Asked about the infield conditions. It's been a topic of conversation on the broadcast, really in both dugouts. But Mookie said, I'm not going to make excuses. That's a play I got to make.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's, making excuses for him. I think it's more or less just trying to, explain that it wasn't just a whiff, right? Look at this, isn't the greatest surface, and yes, it had some topspin and took off, and yes, Mookie makes that play 9 out of 10.
6-4, no double play. Freeman off the bases, but Betts is on. Now 1 out.
Dodgers have had the leadoff hitter on base in 4 out of the 6 innings. As you mentioned, still only 1 run on the board. Mookie had a stolen base in his last trip down to first. Maybe feeling a little frisky this afternoon.
Ball and a strike on Muncy. Max with a walk and a K so far today. Nope. Up and in.
Got to figure what we got, a backdoor sweeper coming up next. Brush him off the plate right here. Throw a sweeper arm side, just get in the outer part of the plate. See if Max is looking for it.
Three balls and a strike for Muncy. After the 2 homers yesterday, Max now at 225 as a Dodger, 3 away from matching Ron Cey. 45 away from you.
Is that right?
Muncy to right. It's going to hang up for Braden Montgomery in the 2nd out of the 6th.
It's the Dodgers' 6th game on this road trip, and outside of that one where nobody got any sleep, they had put up a combined total of 36 runs. The offense has been humming. Night where nobody got any rest, that was 2 runs.
Strike 1 fouled away by Kyle Tucker. We've been aggressive with the back picks today. Tried one at third. Tried Betts at first. Dodgers without a hit. The man on base today. Strike 2 to Tucker. Betty's 2-2. Tucker grounds the ball into center field, a base hit. Betts goes from first to third, and the 6th inning rolls along.
Kyle just continuing to battle, getting the bat on the ball. Not really a great swing, just more or less. Okay, I'm going to make contact and we'll see what happens, and good things happen right there. I mean, he's just watching the swing, right? It just doesn't look fluid. It looks disconnected, and he knows it. And anytime as a hitter, when you're going through that, I mean, you can do all the hitting drills you want. You can look at all the video, all of those things. You have to feel smooth. You keep swinging, you keep going through the process until you get that feeling. But until you get that feeling, people can tell you what you're doing. But it's got to just feel smooth. And once you get that, and you can get that on a swing in the on deck circle. But once you get it, then look out.
Ryan Ward doubled on the first pitch he saw from Fetty. Last time up, he takes a changeup at the very bottom of the zone, strike 1. Strike 2 call. Ooh. Dodgers have 2 challenges. Now he's got a battle. Betts on third, Tucker on first. Ball 1 up and away. On a 1-2. Ward gets a piece of a change. It's 38 runs for the Dodgers through 5+ games on this road trip, and 16 of them have come with 2 out, including the lone run today. Ward chases a change and strikes out. They strand 2 more. 1-0 Dodgers, middle 6. How about Emmett Sheehan through the first 5 innings, EK?
Yeah, he's absolutely been electric. You see the 8 strikeouts, only 1 walk. And the thing that's been most impressive for me is the amount of chase that he's had outside the zone. Yes, you can say, well, that's because the White Sox hitters are being aggressive. But remember that this offense has been very good here in Chicago. And they are anticipating or thinking that those pitches are strikes, and they're moving out of the zone. Great job of deception so far by Emmett Sheehan.
Oh, that's a changeup called, strike 2, and Tanachi's going to challenge. White Sox have one left. And now they have none left.
Call is confirmed. Chicago is out of challenges.
That's two young guys that it doesn't matter. I guess I would say that's from an experience factor. And yes, you're the leadoff hitter, but you're the 6th inning, and you're going to be 1-1 or 0-2. And, you know, this isn't like it's Colson Montgomery up at the plate. Like, again, these guys don't understand when to challenge. It's not good.
High fly ball to deep right, and this game is now tied. Sam Antonacci not regarded for his slug, but he just slugged his 2nd home run to reset this series finale.
This pitch, a changeup right here, just leaves that thing up in the zone. 105 off the bat.
First home run for Antonacci since April 21st. Ball one up and in on Miguel Vargas. And for Emmett Sheehan, a long ball bites him again. 19 of 32 runs this year via the homer.
And most of those have been on the fastball, right? And that one, though, on a changeup that just, you know, obviously trying to run that thing away and get it out of the zone, and missed on location.
Three 3-0 to Vargas. Well, EK, all the opportunities the Dodgers have had with men on base, they're 1 for 13, no ribbies. Emmett Sheehan been doing his job. And now the game's tied. Vargas chases a slider. Now the count is full.
Okay, you talk about the Dodger offense, you know, with runners on base. Get more specific with runners in scoring position. Yesterday they were 1 for 11. Today 0 for 5.
Oof.
1 for 16 over the last 2 ball games up to this point.
Base hit in the left for Vargas, and he spikes his bat running to first. He's like, finally, I hit one hard and nobody caught it.
He's really swung the bat well all series long. It's just another at bat over 100 miles an hour. You look at the last 2, though, the home run and then that pitch, it's just a matter of location. You know, we saw yesterday Yamamoto just living on edges all day long. Sheehan this afternoon has been getting a lot of chase. Guys have been offering it pitches. Well, Vargas, though, a very disciplined hitter. This is an 0-2 pitch right here. And you see that's a change, or that's a pitch that just leaves right out over the plate. And then this one, again, you're just getting center cut.
After Mark Pryor's mound visit, look down to the bullpen and you see Jack Dreyer starting to throw. Vargas running for second. Rushing's throw. Not in time. 10 stolen base for Vargas. The go-ahead run is in scoring position. No outs in the 6th.
Yeah, he got kind of a bouncing lead. Really stole that base off of Emmett. Mookie does a nice job of keeping the tag on Vargas as he continues to slide through the bag.
The 1-0 to Benintendi. Stays up. Benintendi has popped out to short twice. Homered in the series opener. Big swing and a miss. Benintendi to right. Chicago's going to jump ahead as that ball gets all the way into the corner. RBI double, Andrew Benintendi. And for Emmett Sheehan, after the first 5 innings, just 3 base runners, only 1 hit. 3 consecutive hits for the White Sox starting the 6th. Sheehan kicking the mound in frustration as Danny Lehman makes a change. 5+ innings for Sheehan. Now the Dodger bullpen will go to work, trailing 2-1. This is for Emmett Sheehan. He was on cruise control for the first 5 innings, and then in the 6th, things unraveled really quickly, and so now he's watching on from the bench, responsible for Benintendi on second. The Dodgers call to the bullpen, brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Jack Dreyer try and put out the fire.
He's been throwing the ball well. He had a real nice outing the other day in Pittsburgh where he went through the middle part of the lineup. He has to strand that runner out at second. Not an easy task having to face this guy. Hits the ball as hard as anybody in the game.
Big swing from Colson Montgomery. Strike 1, fouled back. He had the White Sox first hit of the game that came with 2 outs in the 4th. Laced a double. Dodgers now down 2-1. Still nobody out in the 6th. And Montgomery lets one fly. Way out of here. Home run number 17 for Colson Montgomery. And the White Sox have a big inning.
Pitch up in the zone. Nobody in the American League has more home runs since the All-Star break of last year to now than this youngster. Again, we talk about Murakami and the power that he brings to this White Sox lineup. He's the 1-2 punch right here, Colson Montgomery.
4 homers the last 11 games, I beg your pardon. Missed a couple with lower back injury. 4 straight hits, 3 of them extra base hits, 2 of them homers for Chicago.
This team can hit the fastball, and that's what they've jumped on this inning. Antonacci jumped on an 0-2 fastball, hit it in the seats. Vargas, a 4-seamer. And Colson Montgomery.
Another home run off Jack Dreyer. You know, since Dreyer came off the injured list, he's allowed 4 in 6+ innings. Before he went on the injured list, 5 in his first 98 innings. There's another hit. Braden Montgomery singles to center.
All 5 hits this inning, each one of them have been a minimum of 100 miles an hour off the bat.
Now Chase Mydroth. Curve dropped in there, 1-1. Fly ball opposite field. He looks up, and the White Sox put another one on the board. It's the 3rd home run of the 6th inning and 6th consecutive hit. And this game has flipped completely on a dime. Six-1 Sox. And Mydroth already passes his home run output from last year in about half of the games. That's the first time he's seen one go out to the opposite field. 7 in the 5th on Friday and 6 in the 6th today. And there's still nobody out.
Got just another fastball as well. You see Blake trying to get loose. Again, the Dodgers have just been attacked with that fastball as far as Chicago offense. And they're not missing it at all this inning.
Ground ball to Freddie Freeman. Hey, and out.
See the flags, they've blown out to right field this afternoon, and the White Sox just, I mean, I don't know if it matters if the wind was blowing or not, but man, they are taking advantage of things. All the home runs today, right? To right field.
And conversely, the Dodgers hitting everything on the ground.
Yeah.
Save for Freddie's home run.
Right. Freddie hit
the right. Ninth to the plate in the 6th inning is Drew Romo. Romo 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. So the book closed on Emmett Sheehan. 5+ innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 8 Ks, and a homer. 85 pitches, 54 strikes. Pitch number 19 from Jack Dreyer on the way.
Yeah, you mentioned Sheehan. I mean, he was in control for 5 innings, and the leadoff hitter of this inning, Sam Antonacci, he had him 0-2. And threw a fastball, ended up in the seats, and then a little bit, lost a little bit as far as composure or something. The next 3 pitches to Vargas, all balls. Then it just kind of, fastball just started getting hit. But again, threw really well for 5 innings. 0-2 on Antonacci, and just that 1 pitch started things.
Strike 3 called, and that at last ends the 6th inning. But 6 runs for the White Sox with 3 long balls, and the Dodgers trail by 5. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. The bottom of the 6th inning took about 90 minutes, it felt. 6 runs on 6 hits for Chicago, 3 homers, and Will Venable's not messing around. Top of the 7th, he's going to Grant Taylor right now. And this right-hander, EK, for those who have not seen him before, is nasty.
Okay, last threw against Atlanta a couple days ago in 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 unearned run. But you mentioned Will Venable, manager of the White Sox, doesn't want to give the Dodgers any chance to try and regain momentum. Plus, important to get these 2 guys out before the lineup turns over.
But Rushing puts one in toward the right center field gap, and it's all the way to the wall. A leadoff double for Rushing.
Rush gets a middle fastball down in the zone. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy. It's a 6-1 ball game. You would say, hey, this is a super important at bat right now, but this is a super important at bat for both ball clubs. If Freeland can get on base, you turn the lineup over. You got Shohei coming up. Chicago on the flip side, they need to start cashing in outs.
Not to kick the proverbial horse, but the Dodgers are 1 for 13 today with men on base. They've stranded 6 base runners in the first 6 innings. Bounces in the dirt away from Romo. He has no idea where it's at. Rushing is going to hold at third base.
Okay.
Tipped in and out of the glove. Freeland is still alive. In the dirt this time, smothered by Romo. 2-2. Ohtani lurking on deck. The 2-2 to Freeland. Hit to left center. On a line to Peters. Tagging at third is Rushing. He'll score on a sacrifice fly. And it's now 6-2. The Dodgers within 4.
And Freeland squared it up. 97 miles an hour. Just found a defender.
An important response from the Dodgers after the White Sox 6-run inning. They get one back. Now the top of the order. One out in the 7th. Strike one called, and this is coming back. I don't know what Dylan Wilson was looking at there.
Strike, batter's challenge.
Oof.
Call is overturned. Los Angeles has 2 challenges remaining.
Two balls, no strikes. Shohei without a hit today, 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Reached on catcher's interference leading off, and then was intentionally walked in the 5th. Pulled foul. Some power against power. Young Grant Taylor against Shohei Ohtani. He takes time. That was a hot shot right over Murakami's head in the White Sox dugout. You laugh about it now, but off the bat, that was terrifying. Now the 2-2. Strike 3 swinging. Two out, bases empty. Andy Pages. Bounces the first pitch to the right side, and that ends the 7th. The Dodgers get one from the bottom of the order on a Freeland sac fly. 7th inning stretch time. It's brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Back in Chicago, on the other side of the stretch, the White Sox 6 and the Dodgers 2. It's 1-0 LA. Going into the bottom of the 6th, Emmett Sheehan was cruising, and then the White Sox exploded. 6 runs against Sheehan and Dreyer. Now Blake Trinan pitching the 7th against Sam Antonacci, who started it all in the 6th.
Yeah, he did. He found himself down 0-2. The count, then got a fastball that leaked back out over the plate. He did not miss. Second home run of the year. His first home run was an inside the Parker. That one he did not have to sprint.
Ground ball to Freeland. First out of the 7th. 4th trip up there for Miguel Vargas. Singled, stole second, and scored in the 6th. Grounds the ball to Muncy. Stretch from Freeman, 2 out. Due up in the 8th for the Dodgers, Freeman, Betts, and Muncy. Trying looking to hold the deficit at 4. Strike 2. Andrew Benintendi, owner of the largest contract in Chicago White Sox history. 5 years and $75 million.
It's kind of crazy when you think of that, right?
Absolutely crazy. Yes.
The history of this organization, the successes that it's had, certain spot, and this is the largest contract. 5 for 75 for,
yeah.
You know, not even a homegrown guy, right?
No. And last year at the highest OPS plus in a White Sox uniform at 104, so barely above league average. Two and two. On the ground of Muncy, and it skips over. A 2 out, 2 strike single for Benintendi.
Max playing over as the infield shifted. This ball hit just off his glove.
Now the slugging Colson Montgomery. Homered his last time up.
I mean, he's really been impressive this series. Maybe not a ton of production, but just the ball coming off of his bat. Man.
Treinen in front, 0-2. Down swinging, and that's the final out of the 7th. Nobody really knew, but now we know we're going to the 8th. 6-2, the Dodgers trail. The
first 40,000 fans on June 20th will take home an exclusive Shaquille O'Neal bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Dodgers have 6 outs to get at least 4 runs. They trail the White Sox 6-2 in the rubber game of this 3-game series. All 6 Chicago runs coming in the 6th inning. Two big innings may end up being the story of this weekend. Sandwiching a dominant outing from Yamamoto. Two balls, 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Second inning of work for Grant Taylor. Bullpen is active. Smack to Vargas. 1 out.
Not going to get any easier for the Dodgers, right? We back home tomorrow against Tampa Bay, and 3 games there. Again, not an easy stretch right now that this ball club is in. 9 games in a row. Traveling, no off days.
Series gets underway. It'll be Eric Lauer for the Dodgers. Nick Martinez. Rick Krajewski brought this up. Nick Martinez is having an amazing year for the Rays as a starter. His whole career has been like, I want to start, I want to start, I want to start. As Betts belts one to left field, carrying toward the bullpen and into the bullpen. A solo home run for Betts to make it 6-3.
Love to see that. Mookie getting that bat head out front. Slider just kind of backs up. Pitcher makes a mistake. Mookie makes him pay. Love to see that. Some feel good right there.
First home run for Mookie since the 26th of May, snapping a 15-game home run drought. And he's got back-to-back multi-hit games for the first time this season. So yeah, you talk about some feel good for Betts going home. Muncy skies it high in the air to right center. And you see that wind taking it back a little bit further, where it's caught by Peters. Somebody else who needs some feel goods digging in now. Kyle Tucker, 1 for 3. Singled his last time up. Ball 1. Curve lands on the outer half. 2 balls and a strike. Can't get into the jet stream, instead rolls it over. That ends the 8th inning. The Betts solo home run brings the Dodgers within 3, but running out of time going to the 9th. James. Yeah. James' first show at K-Dub. Also made a new dry erase marker. 6-3 White Sox in the middle of the 8th. Jonathan Hernandez gets the ball. Sir Anthony Dominguez, White Sox offseason additions, getting ready for the top of the 9th inning. Liner over Hernandez, fielded by Betts. 1 out.
Hernandez threw the other day and just had trouble finding the plate. Threw 2 innings, had 4 walks, didn't allow any runs, but again would like to be a bit more efficient this afternoon.
Chase Mydrod hit the 3rd home run of the 6th inning. His first career home run to the opposite field. A reference that getting the ball into the jet stream today with the wind blowing out. Dodgers too many ground balls. The White Sox a little bit different in that 6th. Just missed the edge. Full count. The payoff to Mydrod. Fouled off of it. Dodgers won't come back here again this year in the regular season. So you don't know what ever is going to happen in this game, but it would be fun to see these two teams, two home parks going head to head, full strength, all the stars healthy, all the big arms throwing.
Well, that's the thing. You'd love to see a full strength. I mean, you'd like to see obviously Yamamoto through yesterday, but you get Ohtani as well, and get either Snell or Glasnow or somebody.
Ground ball to Betts. 2 away in the 8th.
You have to believe too the White Sox will make some sort of move, right? Just some sort of acquisition and everything. And they're doing this too without Murakami.
Right. Davis Martin has been their ace. The Dodgers did not see him this weekend.
Yep.
But he's kind of carried the staff. Not kind of. He has carried the staff.
And also the White Sox haven't. They'll have Garrett Teal back. Kyle Teal, I'm sorry, catcher. I said Garrett Teal. You know why I said Garrett Teal?
The Garrett Crochet trade is what brought Teal to Chicago.
No. Garrett Teal I played with in the minor leagues. He was a Dodger farmhand in Bakersfield.
Ball and a strike to Gonzalez. 2 outs, nobody on in the 8th. 6-3 Chicago. Fly to left, forward toward the line. Makes the catch. So 1, 2, 3, 8th for Hernandez. We go to the 9th. The Dodgers down to their last 3 outs and down 3 runs. Dodgers finishing up the road trip. Won the series in Pittsburgh. They're 3 outs away from losing the series in Chicago. Top of the 9th, bottom of the order for LA.
And we just need somebody to get down to first base. Get Ohtani back up there.
Ryan Ward leading off against Sir Anthony Dominguez. Ball 1 in. Dominguez finished last year with the Blue Jays.
You may remember him from his Philly days, right? He went over to Baltimore.
And this is what you can and have seen from Dominguez. He could be all over the place. So far this year, 27 appearances, his ERA 3.6, 25 innings, 29 strikeouts, sure, but also 13 walks, 5 homers. A 4-pitch walk. And after that, if you're Dalton rushing, you're going to have to see one.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, though, in his last 7 outings, he only had 2 walks. And you're exactly right, though. He can get as erratic as anybody. But it comes and goes, meaning, like, he might throw 3 pitches right on the edge here.
Rushing, doubled and scored last time up. After a 4-pitch walk. Goes around on what would have been the 5th straight ball.
I like the timeout, though. I like the timeout by Rush because he's mad at himself. It's like, okay, let me gather, let me regroup. Got 2 strikes left.
Two. And all it takes sometimes is just seeing 1 strike, even if you didn't throw the ball well, for a pitcher to calm back down. Not even close. 1 and 2. Now the count even. Strike 3.
Goes with the off speed right there. Rush just out in front. You know, we talked about it earlier. Alex Freeland having a big at bat, just getting on base. He ended up doing the sacrifice fly. This is, again, biggest at bat of the game up to this point right now.
Tying run on deck with Shohei Ohtani. Got 2 challenges.
Yep.
Not going to use it there. Strike 1. Fastball by him. 0-2. Splitter tails aside. Ball 1 on Freeland. He had 2 strikes against him when he squared one up against Grant Taylor, producing the sacrifice fly. Lays off another splitter, 2-2. Five of the 15 hits surrendered by Dominguez this year have been homers. Now Freeland just trying to find a way to get on base. The 2-2 stays alive, fouling back a fastball at 96 at the very top of the zone. Another foul ball. Freeland fighting. Fouls away another heater.
This will be the 6th pitch he's seen after falling behind 0-2.
Full count. Three and 2. Dominguez is 9th to Freeland. Line down the right field line, a fair ball into the corner. They are going to wave around Ward. No throw home, an RBI double for Alex Freeland, and the tying run coming to the plate.
That is a big league at bat. After falling behind 0-2, works it to a 3-2 count after fouling pitches, and then scalds a ball down into the corner. That was legit. I mean, flat out legit.
Mound visit for Dominguez before facing Ohtani with 1 out.
You're getting absolutely nothing to hit here. 0. I mean, if he's hitting this ball right now, it's going to be 5 inches off the plate.
Dominguez deals.
That's 8 inches off the plate.
And let her high. 6-4 White Sox, top of the 9th inning. Freeland on second. Ohtani at the plate. Ball 2.
6 inches.
How many?
I mean, like, I wouldn't even mess with this right now. Just put him down at like, what if he accidentally throws one kind of by the plate?
3-0.
What are you even messing around with? Yeah.
Ball 4. Tying runs on for the Dodgers.
I mean, that's 40 seconds of my life I'm not getting back. I mean, that, like, what are we doing there?
2 on for Andy Pages. Tied for the major league lead in ribbies. Ball 1 upstairs. The White Sox pen is trying to get hot in a hurry. Pages takes a strike, a sweeper down and in. It's a lefty, Chris Murphy. The 1-1 to Pages. Misses away, ball 2.
By the way, the White Sox are out of challenges. Out of challenges.
Freddie Freeman on deck. The 3-1 to Pages. Nub foul. Strike 2. The payoff to Pages. Ground ball stopped at second. Mydroff. The toss to Montgomery just in time to get one. But the game continues.
That's a heck of a play by the second baseman, making a backhand play.
Ooh.
And then having the wherewithal to get up and flip it to Montgomery. He thought he was going to try to get to the bag, but he realized he wasn't going to be able to beat Ohtani.
Mydroff was
he's
slow
limping.
to get up.
Yeah, he's limping, but I promise you, he's not coming out. You're going to have to carry him off this field. All right, let's go, Freddie.
Dodgers down to their last out. First and third for Freddie Freeman. This is how he started the day. Started strong, now wants to finish strong.
Freeman for his career. Runners in scoring position, 331.
Ball 1 from Dominguez. The 1-0 pitch. Catches the bottom of the zone. Just the 13th strike from Dominguez in 30 pitches. One and two. The rate has been rocking all weekend for this series. The Dodgers down to their last strike. Freeman spoils one foul. Ball game over. Series over. The White Sox hang on for dear life and win the finale 6-4. For the Dodgers, this may be just another interleague series, but as you can hear, the people on the south side of Chicago having a team around first place into the month of June for the first time in forever, it means a heck of a lot more. So now it's a flight back home in a 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. For Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, and our amazing crew traveling in here on the south side and taking care of us over the weekend, I'm Steven Nelson. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back at Unico Field at Dodger Stadium tomorrow night.
Listening and partnering.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Kelvin Washington alongside my guys, James Loney, Nomar Garcia-Parra. And I tell you what, you thought for a minute there you were making fun of me. You guys were saying it was 1-1 time, like I jinxed us, but it ended up being where the White Sox would get a nice lead. Dodgers made it interesting, though, in the 9th. They tried to make a comeback here. Freddie had a shot and a chance to take the lead. Didn't happen, though, Nomar.
Yeah, listen, they fought to the very end, but that's no surprise as we watch the Dodgers. They're resilient, even though they went down, but they just didn't get enough. They had their opportunity, but I think they're going to look back and look at all the opportunities they had over the course of this game. They were 0 for 7, and runners in scoring position, but at the same time,